Today, we will continue our conversation about the personality of Confucius, his ideas, and the principles he advocated for. As Will Durant states in his book, The Story of Civilization, victory was eventually secured for Confucius's philosophy. With the end of the first emperor's reign and the short-lived rule of his dynasty, other emperors ascended the throne, restoring the philosopher's initial glory. They made his wisdom the foundation of educational and governmental programs, inscribed his sayings on temple stones, and officially adopted his philosophy as the state religion. Few philosophers in China have since matched his name in the past 2 millennia. In 1993, the American thinker Samuel Huntington introduced his theory of the clash of civilizations, sparking a massive wave of controversy worldwide. Huntington argued that future conflicts would be between culturally and religiously distinct civilizations, rather than primarily economic, as was common in the era of globalization. He identified the Islamic civilization as one of the most likely candidates to clash with Western civilization, while also expressing concerns about potential clashes with the Orthodox, Russian, and Chinese civilizations. Since the introduction of this theory, many strategic thinkers still view the Chinese cultural sphere as a cohesive entity, with Confucianism being considered one of its key components. While China had renounced its heritage and religion, adopting communist atheism since Mao Zedong proclaimed the establishment of the People's Republic of China in 1949, the rising China today has become more reconciled with its Confucian identity. Since the late 1970s, the ruling Communist Party has allowed for a resurgence of religions, and the current president, Xi Jinping, continues a policy of tolerance towards religion, recognizing it as an important component of history and identity. This approach also leverages the role of religion in filling the spiritual and ethical void arising from rapid economic growth. This shift signifies a significant evolution in China's approach to its cultural and philosophical heritage, embracing elements of Confucianism alongside its modern political and economic structures. It appears that this tolerance is welcomed by the people, as a 2020 survey conducted by the Pew Research Center revealed that 48.2% of China's population profess belief in a religion, a significant percentage in a country where many citizens are believed to be hesitant to freely express their thoughts, indicating that the level of religiousness and faith may be even higher. Amidst this change, the Communist Party has not simply abandoned its criticisms of Confucian teachings, which its founders viewed as representative of bourgeois backwardness. Instead, the party itself has become a guardian of Confucian traditions today, particularly because they provide a solid foundation for social order and respect for leadership. It has become common to allow for the construction of more Confucian temples and institutes, the sponsorship of conferences and festivals, and even the provision of lectures on Confucian teachings to party officials, while followers of Christianity and Islam struggle with suppression and restrictions. Today, the governmental body Hanban, under the Ministry of Education in China, oversees around 500 institutes and over 1,000 Confucius classrooms in universities and schools worldwide for teaching the Chinese language and culture. Established in 1987, this body continues to expand under the banners of mutual understanding and friendship with the world's peoples. Observers view it as one of the tools of China's soft power policy. After about a decade and a half since the publication of the article in which Huntington heralded his theory before later dedicating a book to it, Foreign Affairs magazine published an article in the summer of 2017 by Harvard University professor Graham Allison. In this piece, Allison reiterated the assertion that the conflict between the West and China would primarily be cultural, rather than merely economic. He drew attention to the fundamental Confucian principle of know your place, which the Chinese authority proudly embraces today to unify its people under its banner. Meanwhile, the American people and the West in general view the government as a necessary evil. Adding to this is the fact that Confucianism instills in the individual Chinese values of sacrifice for the community, making them willing to relinquish a significant portion of their freedoms and rights in the name of order and the prevention of chaos. In contrast, the Western individual is brought up on concepts of individualism and personal freedom, foreshadowing further concerns about the dissolution of Western societies. Voltaire once said, "If God did not exist, it would be necessary to invent him," emphasizing the role of religion in guiding society's moral compass and establishing justice. Despite efforts to promote communist atheism in China, the enduring need for religion persists.
If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to receive all the new updates. If you would like us to talk about other personalities, write to us in the comments.